global news update on top Accolade News. The headlines: U.S. raises bounty of Venezuelan President Maduro. Malaysian Foreign Minister to seek clarity on Myanmar's upcoming election. U.S. to amend executive order to remove overlapping tariffs on Japanese goods. Trump to host Armenian and Azerbaijani leaders at the White House. We'll start with the focus in politics. U.S. raises bounty of Venezuelan President Maduro. The United States has increased its reward for information leading to the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to $50 million, doubling the previous bounty amid allegations that he leads a major cocaine trafficking cartel known as the Cartel of the Suns. The move, announced by Attorney General Pam Bondi, accuses Maduro of posing a serious threat to U.S. national security. Caracas condemned the bounty as pathetic and ridiculous, rejecting it as a political propaganda. Maduro has been indicted in the U.S. since 2020 on drug trafficking and narco-terrorism charges, with U.S. authorities linking him to large-scale cocaine shipment and collaboration with criminal groups. The U.S. continues to refuse recognition of Maduro's presidency, citing fraudulent election and ongoing sanctions. Still in politics, Malaysian Foreign Minister to seek clarity on Myanmar's upcoming election. Malaysian Foreign Minister Mohammed Hassan will lead a four-nation ASEAN delegation to Myanmar next month to seek clarity on the military junta's plan for upcoming elections amid ongoing civil conflict. The trip, scheduled for September 19th and including counterparts from Thailand, the Philippines and Indonesia, aim to gather detailed information ahead of the ASEAN summit in October. Myanmar's junta recently lifted a state of emergency but remains firmly in control, with voting expected in December and January under restricted conditions in several regions. Malaysia, as the current ASEAN chair, continues to push for adherence to the bloc's 5-point consensus peace plan, while Western governments have dismissed the election as a tactic to legitimize military rule. Shifting focus to economy. U.S. to amend executive order to remove overlapping tariffs on Japanese goods. The U.S. government has pledged to amend the presidential executive order to eliminate overlapping tariff on Japanese imports following high-level talks in Washington, Tokyo's trade negotiators said on Thursday. The change will prevent a 15% tariff agreed last month from being stacked on products already subject to higher duties, such as beef, and will include refunds for all excess tariff collected. U.S. officials also confirmed plans to reduce auto tariff from 27.5% to 15%, aligning with the recent trade agreement between the two countries. This move has eased concern in Japan over tariff confusion and helped boost market confidence as Japan's topic index surpassed the 3,000-point mark for the first time. Moving to international relations, Trump to host Armenian and Azerbaijani leaders at the White House. U.S. President Donald Trump will host Armenian Prime Minister and Azerbaijani President at the White House for a historic peace signing ceremony aimed at ending decades of conflict between the two regional rivals. The announcement comes amid Trump's ongoing diplomatic efforts in the South Caucasus, which he has praised as deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize nomination. Despite recent talks and a preliminary peace agreement reached in March, key issues remain unresolved, including Azerbaijan's demand for constitutional changes in Armenia. You're watching the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in international relations, China urges Philippines to respect one China policy. China on Friday sharply criticized the Philippines for playing with fire after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. stated during a visit to India that the Philippines would likely be drawn into any conflict between China and the United States over Taiwan. Marcos highlighted the country's close ties to Taiwan and the presence of a large Filipino community there as reasons for inevitable involvement. Beijing condemned the remarks, urging the Philippines to adhere to the One China principle and refrain from interfering in China's internal affairs, warning that such statements undermine regional peace and stability amid ongoing territorial tensions in the South China Sea. Moving to conflicts. Israel's Security Cabinet approves military takeover plan for Gaza City. Israel's Security Cabinet has approved Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's plan for the military to take over of Gaza City as part of a broader strategy to defeat Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The plan includes preparing for military control while providing humanitarian aid to civilians on the combat zone. The cabinet endorsed 5 key principles to end the conflict, including disarming Hamas, returning hostages, demilitarizing Gaza, establishing Israeli security control, and creating a new civil administration independent of both Hamas and the Palestinian Authority. Netanyahu emphasized that while Israel intends to take control, it does not plan to govern Gaza directly. The decision comes amid rising international and domestic pressure to find a truce and prevent further humanitarian disaster in the territory. On a light note in entertainment, Stranger Things actor Mason Dye announces engagement. Stranger Things actor Mason Dye has quietly gotten engaged to his girlfriend Carmen Joiner after 4 years of dating, revealing the surprise proposal took place on Valentine's Day by a lake in their Atlanta neighborhood. Carmen described how Mason orchestrated a night of fake dinner reservations to throw her off before popping the question, followed by a romantic getaway to North Georgia. The couple will marry next June. Meanwhile, Mason is gearing up for a major role in Amazon Prime The Boy prequel, Boat Rising, while fans recognize him from his role as Jason Carver in Stranger Things Season 4. Now in sports, Naomi Osaka faces backlash. Naomi Osaka fell short of her first main-level title since the 2021 Australian Open after losing the Montreal WTA 1000 final to Canadian wildcard Victoria Mboko in 3 sets. Osaka started strong, winning the opening set 6-2, but Mboko rallied to take the match 2-6, 6-4, 6-1. The former world number 1 appeared visibly upset after the loss and delivered a notably brief and emotionless speech, omitting congratulations to Mboko. The short remarks quickly drew criticism from fans who called her reaction disrespectful, especially as Mboko had cited Osaka as an inspiration. This marks Osaka's second final loss this year, following a retirement due to injury in Auckland, although she did secure a WTA 125 title in St. Malo in May. That concludes our global news update for today. Stay tuned for more global news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojorumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.